exciting game number 3 in our opening match here on day 1 of MDL's LAN phase. It's OG taking on New. Series tied 1-1. Game 1 was basically a Godzilla Morphling, courtesy of the hot young star, Mr. Anna, who was completely unchecked in that game. Game 2, Newbee just kind of rolled OG, frankly. Completely outfarmed them. A drow strategy that came apart at the seams, and then they really never got their feet back under them. So, heading into Game 3, we'll have to see what route they take. I'm LD, you're watching Beyond the Summit, and I am joined by Gods. What's it going to be, Gods? What do they have in store for us?
They need to put on a hero where he can really shine. I think I think Drow strats are fine. It's been like a OG classic by a lot of means, but didn't work for them in game number 2. We'll likely see it left in the pool, if anything, by Newbee since they've beaten it. But I think for OG, they've got to play around the new player and really give him the space he needs to shine.
Taking a lot of time here with these opening bans, considering the Shadow Demon and Elder Titan are completely standard. So, I wonder what Newbee is contemplating right now.
Probably, let's see, they have first pick, so they don't need to ban the OD. I guess the Drow's still there. The OD and Drow are the two big heroes. I guess the teams are likely to kind of
and
consider / fight over.
That's also something OG has been banning out in the first phase.
Now for OG, do you ban the OD, ban the Drow, ban the Drow? So likely this is similar to game 1. Newbee first picked OD, and OG managed to deal with it fine. But
OG went straight for the Death Prophet. Now, if they don't take it this phase, I reckon Newbee might ban it phase 2.
Yeah, it's a good consideration for a ban, considering how he matched up well and just played around mid lane with the Spirit of Jerex very effectively.
Taking their time here on this. They got a bit of a slower opening. The other games, like the games, they kind of just did what they wanted. They went right for it, no hesitation. You know, this is the match. You lose this one, you have a much longer climb to get into the top 3. I
think often you'll have like a set strat for maybe game 1, game 2 that you want to do, or you've done mock drafts where it's like, if they leave Drow in the pool, we'll pick these heroes around it. But you get to game 3, and for OG, you've just lost a game. You've kind of reinvent the draft a little bit, or at least look to change things up to keep Newbee guessing, and also just to make sure that you're confident with what you've got, since one of your plans didn't work. So maybe that second guessing what your game 3 draft maybe is going to be.
So it is the Batrider for OG, and was quite effective for them in game number 1. Didn't feel like S4 had the same impact in game 2. And obviously, the big difference is if you're running the puck, you have to be able to get farm out of the lane. That's one of the few offlaners we even see nowadays. You can't go to the jungle. It's probably one of the worst heroes to do it. So this is a hero that always has a plan B.
So OG look to get with the Batrider. It's those tough things. You talk about the Death Prophet picking in the first stage when Newbee can pick anything to deal with it is just so risky. And I think maybe something that could be hard to stomach for Fly. Maybe just safer just pick up like one of your 2 supports here. Ran the Earth Spirit a few times. The Kunka's still in the pool. Always good as well. So we'll see what they look to grab here with this second pick though.
Gandalf himself.
There's the slight curveball.
That is a big curveball.
Yeah. Not by any means a counter to OD or picked up against you. I mean, the Blinding Light's annoying for OD because you're on a BKB, you can't get rid of it.
So it's a keeper with what? Like Storm, Naga?
Yeah.
What sort of tactics do you think OG have planned?
So many heroes can partner with it. Morphling's really good with keeper. It's great for your carry play because he can just be farming and split pushing a lane, and then you bring him in with Recall. Recall is actually one of keeper's most important spells, like strategically for when you're picking this hero, because of how it enables you to just take fights where you like smoke up as 4 while your carry's fighting and pushing lanes, a hero like Morphling, and then you just recall right into the middle of the fight. He doesn't need a tower to TP2. He doesn't need to travel. He just needs to be recalled in, and it makes Keeper of the Light very, very powerful.
It's just too bad Coddle Guy's not casting this one. He'll be stepping in for the next series.
There'll be some. You've been playing some Coddle. You know, they're playing next series. You'll get some Coddle there.
Yeah, that's true. We might see it. We might see a little more of the man white. Should it get that far? But ban number 3 to come now for OG. So same opening from Newbee we saw in game 1. It's the OG Kunkka duo. Very reliable, just well-rounded, gives you team fights and pick-off, strong defensively, good initiation. You get a little bit of everything for these two. And it doesn't force you into a particular direction, but I like what OG do. Again, they ban the Juggernaut, someone that's tough for Batrider to kill, helps enable your push, which, again, the OD does not give you. So, seems like what worked for them in game one, they're going to try to stick with it.
And a hero that may also see a ban is Storm. Honor did play a game of Storm going back to his first game at MDL, where he played Storm against Invictus Gaming Vitality. So he had a really impressive game there. So something that maybe OG are going to consider partnering the Keeper of the Light. Not amazing mid against the OD, because you want to get into Remnant and they can just kind of bash you. We can steal your int as well, but maybe a little bit of help there he can take that matchup on. But it's tough because there's also going to follow up the Astral. Mid laners be tough regardless of who you send there. And that's where Death Prophet's very tempting, because it's a hero that can survive the initial burst and then heal himself back up with the Spirit Siphon.
So Newbee, good there on the Morphling, because they must think, G might want to get their hands on that. Will not be happening. And of course, we all know how annoying Naga can be. Either as a support Naga or as a core. We've seen it both ways, but neither will be on the card, so it does leave Death Prophet available. They hold up on that. Now they're grabbing the Sven, and a hero that OG was going to a lot. There was a period where I feel like I saw No-Tail on it almost every game for OG, or Miracle occasionally as well.
That's exactly it. It's more often the No-Tail hero. So this suggests that we'll see Honor in the mid lane playing something maybe like a bit more flashy. He's rarely on like the Death Prophet type heroes, but at the same time, like the flexibility between the mid and the carry has always been one of OG's, for the most part, strong suits. I don't think it's ever really been looked at as a weakness. It just meant that, hey, if they felt like a mid was a bit more like a slow-paced farming, like a Death Prophet or Medusa, they put No-Tail on, put Miracle on some flashy safe lane hero. So it's a useful thing to have for OG.
Newbee patiently trying to suss out what they should do for this third pick. Going back to that game one, it was a Morphling they didn't really have tools for. Do you feel like Sven is as difficult for this kind of opening to deal with as a Morphling pick would be?
Sven's not scary to deal with so much as other heroes. I mean, you're worried about him just out farming you and playing that Alchemist style where he gets his Helmet Dominator, stacks for days, and a huge net worth lead on you, but by no means is this a hero that gets as out of control as a Morphling, because he doesn't have the same mobility and global presence of the Morphling. And Keeper does give him some, not by just the recall, but it's also here you can kite around, whereas Morphling, there's no kiting him. In a team fight, he's going to win in, he'll shotgun someone, he'll do his damage with the right items, with the right positioning, with good use of like Astral, you can actually prevent his damage output, or at least some of it. And now he's another hero that prevents his damage output.
Mr. Dazul comes out of the woodwork. Interesting pickup. We tend not to see much of him nowadays with the popularity of Oracles, the go-to defensive support, and I guess along with that, often Axe is left in the pool or picked up. But in this case, OD having grabbed the bat as their offlaner and not really teamed up running the Axe. Anyway, Newbee feeling a lot confident, and OG continue to just surprise me anyway. They go for the Rubik now.
Interesting.
Something Alliance love to run for EGM. Well, they do have S4 now, maybe his influence at play, but yeah, Jarek's Rubik, it looks like.
Spells to steal this game, by no means amazing. There's a lot of ones that are kind of alright. Stealing a Ghost Ship, probably one of the better ones. Sandy's Eclipse, obviously if you get your hands on it, could be good, but pretty mana intensive. Data like the Grave and stuff is nice, but I don't know. Rubik it's like the guaranteed initiation factor with the telekinesis. You can insta disable, and nothing. This game is alright, but the magic damage is now going to suddenly be physical damage with amplified damage. Slaughter picked up, so it looks like Newbee can look to balance things out with these last couple of picks and probably pick physical damage carry for U9.
Any chance Newbee would consider Huskar?
Some chance. Let's see. I mean, Sven's physical damage, but I think Huskar is still great. Even if it's just a Sven, you're fine dealing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Life Stealer is maybe a consideration just because of how he combos really well with Slaughter, but I think Husker is Terrorblade actually would have been great because he's ranged. He benefits a lot from the physical damage.
That is the one thing Newbee are lacking is that building hitter. Slardar not going to give it to you. Their supports will not. OD will not.
Yeah.
So I mean, Huskar's decent at that. Terrorblade's obviously better, but they need something to take objectives here.
It could be a Husker game. That's a good call. It's OG do have overall last pick, so they can adjust to it.
She didn't reject the Huskar at TI. I mean, like you said, they have one to counter it. They do have Sven, who's decent against him with farm. But
they got life
stealer, so good call, Gods.
It's a bit more standard. They're gonna go for a very traditional combo that we saw a lot of. I think this was like Manila Age where Life Stealer Slaughter became like a big thing, and its ability it's a guaranteed kill, like when you blink crush someone almost, if your opponents don't have like some insta save, which OG don't have. The good thing is you've got Batrider on OG's side, so you can lock down the Life Stealer in rage, but if someone like Bat, Coddle, Rubik gets initiated on by a blink crush, they're just going to instantly melt. Even Sven, like if he doesn't have Warcry up, could just melt instantly to a Slaughter Life Stealer if he's not careful.
Ho ho ha ha! Merry Christmas, say OG, as they grab the. Oh, this is exciting! It's gonna be Ana playing the sniper. Go in. We've seen the sniper bans from a lot of the Chinese team Gods. Mostly the Chinese teams or targeted at them. But we have not seen him on when you and I were casting. I think he got run once the other day, right? By was it EG who ran him? I believe he was picked once so far in the tournament.
I can't remember who played it, but yeah, I've seen it be played. I think even Vici Gaming played it once as well. We saw Vici Gaming play it, I want to say. They lost with it, but yeah, we've seen some sniper. It's decent this game. The laning matchup against OD is not bad. You've got the huge range, so Slaughter, Lifestealer have to really get to the backlines to try and bring you down, which that's what Sven and Batrider are trying to prevent. So on paper, it could be a very strong hero, but it's just a very volatile hero as far as if he gets caught, he gets taken out very fast. So you've got to play it well.
And they don't have any sort of save or reliable repositioning for Ana. If he gets caught out, like there's no disruption, there's no swap, there's no grave, and Newbee have great catch, great gap closing. Lifestealer murders sniper, he gets on top of him. So yeah, it's a risky sniper game, that's for sure. What is like your key to making it work? Is it just having a good laning stage? Like, is there any particular ward they should be placing, or how do they look to protect the little fella?
Positioning, having, and kind of reading. I think it's ward vision more than anything. Seeing and knowing Newbee's movement around the map. If you can see them coming, you can position your Batrider, your Sven in places where they can be the ones initiating. If OG initiate fights, Sniper should be fine, because it's the Sven and the Bat starting the fight, and they become the center of attention while Sniper sits back doing damage. But if OG again initiate on, that's when fights will go badly. So it comes down to just initiating on who, and a lot of that is vision. So I think the vision game is going to be very key here. OG have Keeper Alive. If he can find Ag Scepter, you're looking at some vision advantage there. So with OG have the tools to help out Sniper.
Okay. Like overall game plan for OG, any particular? Is this like a certain timing they're looking for?
Outside of the laning stage, they don't push amazingly well. It's going to come down to the Sen to hit his item timings and create some space. And for Newbee, the Slaughter blink timing, of course, like when you get that blink dagger, that's where the infest bombs are like finding kills all over the map. So I think it's for OG, it's preparing for that Slaughter blink and shutting down the Slaughter early on. Like that's got to be a key part of their game plan in my mind. But I say that they're going to give Slaughter a 1v1 matchup. I think it's always risky giving Slaughter a lane where he can get a fast blink when he's got a Lifestealer on his team, but they feel confident in this aggro tri-lane. This is where Rubik pick kind of starts to make a bit more sense. A Rubik Coddle support duo, like, and Rubik in general is not amazing, but it is great for this laning stage when you go aggro.
And they've got a good follow-up stun in the form of the Sven, so can easily set up that Illuminate for maximum damage in the tri-lane. They have also blocked off the camp, so it gets quickly dewarded already. The chafing begins as Unai will take a decent barrage of nuke damage. Notel also being harassed quite a bit. It leaves our sniper mid up against SCCC, and it seems like both the teams feel Sniper is that one hero that can beat, a lot of these mid dominators like OD. We saw him banned a lot, especially on the first day. So I'm curious to see if the Sniper lives up to the hype.
Yeah, not too scared of the Astral Prison damage when you've got that long range, and there's no. I guess Kunkka can theoretically roam there, but because of this aggro tri-lane, this really helps protect the Sniper pick, because if Kunkka's not bottom, if he's helping out mid lane, going for kills on Sniper, this bottom lane is going to get next to no farm on U9's lifesteal. So it's almost like Kunkka needs to be bottom to help secure this lane, which gives Sniper the guaranteed 1v1 matchup. Speaking of 1v1 matchups, S4 1v1 against the Slider. I talk about Slider, I mean, he's got a 1v1 lane, getting that faster blink, but it is against the S4 bat, so if anything, he's going to struggle tremendously just because of the laning disadvantage.
Yeah, and he didn't start with the stick, actually. KP started with the EP scroll and the stout shield, so I don't think was expecting this matchup. It's not prepared for the aggressive island, so definitely going to hurt him.
Starting with a TP probably suggests expecting like a Rubik's Sven, so if they lift into stun, you want to be able to TP out after that combo of spells, but yeah. Not gonna have much fun.
Yeah, so far, looking still not bad for Newbee by any stretch. U9 comfortably free farming here, and good rage dodge of that Sven stun, so he will just back away. It's an aggro tri-lane, but it is not preventing the lifestealer from farming. It is slowing down their sports a little bit. And I guess, if you really think about it, the one nice thing, guys, is this, it protects the sniper more than anything by doing that aggro tri-lane. Yeah. So
Sniper's just going to have a better time, easier lane.
Making a move though on the tracks here with that poison damage. The heal can come through, and this should be the first blood. No, the work might just be enough. Una stunned and unable to finish the job, so Jarek's able to limp the torrent, having a bit of a fish there. He will make it out though.
I think it's still alright for Newbee. Sven had just popped his clarity, but had to save the Rubik there, had to break his clarity, pop his Mango for the mana, and now he actually has very limited mana in this lane. Fly will have Chakra for the lane, but it's just level 1 Chakra, no tail. It's going to be a little bit more limited in what he can do here. But
KP. He just slithered all the way down to mid. Unfortunately for him, the sniper has an observer ward, so they were even ready for that particular maneuver, and this is a lot of wasted time. Granted, the top lane is being pushed in quite hard, but Ana should be able to dodge this.
Raindrops now, so the astral damage gets negated largely from this, so ganking him would require a third hero to be in, someone like the Kunkka to follow up the astral.
Well, you mentioned Slardar potentially getting a lot of farm, but I gotta tell you guys, S4 is really having his way with KP in this lane.
Yeah, this is a bit brutal. He's got boots at least. Yeah, I'm surprised to see no magic stick.
I think he's
likely picking up now. There we go. Just wanted the boots first, since magic stick gives you charges, but it doesn't save your life.
Yeah, definitely a fair point there, as he will be up to 4 stacks now. Creeps being pulled by both sides. U9 moving in. He does stick up so he can get off the rage, and he's going to go to right to work on No-Tail, but the stun comes through. No-Tail's very tanky and tries to finish the job. Kaka also pretty durable here for a support, but will eventually fall to the wrath of the Sven, and that is the first blood going the way of OG. Maybe Jarek's going to drop in exchange while the creeps deny him. The poison touch from downtown secures the kill. So that ends up being a 1-for-1 here. No-Tail going to spend his gold, deny himself the neutrals, and we are going to try reconnecting because that...
Yeah, it should have been a time. He doesn't look like I'm just going to break out. There's this really interesting, like, triple/quad stack down in this bottom lane where the 2 tri-lanes are. Both teams trying to respect it.
Both teams kind of think about
they're
pulling
just trying to pull deny waves, but at some point someone's going to try farm it. Kunkka TP'd mid, but this was more to refill the OD's bottle than anything else. It's going to be Jarek's going aggressive here with Honor.
He just struts right in, but a good defensive Astral to keep him alive. On it does not yet have access to the Assassinate, and he will retreat. The Sword's going to find him, and KP looks to close the gap to get up the X. The follow-up's going to be there. Jarek says no way to help him out, and the little sniper is going to be ho-hoing and ha-haing his way all the way back to the well.
Yep. Nice rotation. Great torrent from Kaka to land that one. Otherwise, he wasn't going to hit the X. And Rubik's still lingering around this mid lane. Has been scouted out by the Radiant Ward, so it's a pretty good idea of where he is. And there we go. Jarek uses the scan to cut his retreat. He's like, okay, I'm being chased. Let's keep running.
And Faith is going to see him here. U9 wants to go on this. He's got the phase boots now, but a good lift, preemptively dodging any sort of open wounds rage combo, but now still moves on to No-Tail, wants to kill up Kaka. X is there, combines with the torrent. They get the No-Tail kill, not denied by that flurry of neutrals that stormed in.
The funniest thing with the neutrals coming in is there's a shockwave there. So anytime there's like a 3v3 fight near them, this shockwave just comes flying in. And you never know which team it's going to help. It's like whoever's like bribe the neutral a bit more, he's gonna shockwave the other team for you, because this Sage has a mind of his own.
Yeah, and they're not. No one's going to stack anytime real soon. Maybe if it's less the load, Sven can go for the stun now on Kaka, but instantly you can just see Unai and he ignores No-Town. He goes straight for those backline supports. That alone enough to scare them away with phase boots, and already a Blightstone. He is a fearsome foe in this bottom lane.
Very, very tough to fight into Slack now. OG's trial lane hasn't really panned out as well as I liked. But again, it is...
I really like gods. Like they're supposed to just do nothing to him. What do you do when he rages and runs at you? You have no BKB, you know, or rather magic immune pierce disables. You don't have disruption or grave or really any physical damage from these two. Like they're kind of helpless
come down. Just I think this is largely because there's a stack here. S4's like had the goal like, look, this lane so well, come help us out, and also the big stack for you. So
Unai doesn't really like what he sees here, but he is going to get pulled back in where 3 have failed, maybe 4 can succeed, but he rages, he engages. Out comes the Illuminated. It's going to hit Unai at the very tail of particular fight. He tries to flurry away to the soft goes. He will be able to make it off the tree line, survives until the roof down. Hotel going to be next. Sven hits the deck and Sniper just still in mid. So S4 fourth away. I didn't really catch you guys those creeps. Probably S4 I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He had the 5 on it, so it should have. But what a great defensive rotation from Newbee. Like the OD and Slatter both. That was 5 Newbee heroes at bottom. We were ready for that. As soon as the thing is, Batrider TPs when there's a lane ward, so they know the Batrider's there to take those neutrals and contest this bottom lane. So Newbee make it kind of pull in advance, like, hey, we're going to defend and we're going to get kills. They're also going to kill on a mid lane. KP's found him with Crush. The Torrent lands again. Kaka has been on point all game long, and
well, we called it a tough sniper game if you get caught, and he is just turning into food. 0-2 already, and that is with health in the mid lane. And as far as farm goes, also quite a bit behind the OD here. Sitting full 1,000 net worth down already, Guts, and that's with the OD rotating even to help out on these ganks.
Yeah, that's Newbee are just very quick and fluid with their rotations. Like they bring 5 bottom, but then 30 seconds later they're mid sniper. They can be back. They just managed to rotate all the way back towards the mid. Efficiently, that they really didn't miss out on much fun. And then yeah, Sniper had a free lane for about a minute, but he instantly dies, so he loses that farm advantage, and puts Newbee in a fantastic position here. Slatter, because of being involved in some of these kills, is looking like he'll get a decent, like maybe 12-minute blink dagger at the end if he keeps going. So across the board, Newbee, early game wise, has been very well played.
On the flip side, the man who could turn this around is S4, who currently has already completed his blink at 9 minutes, but there is a lot of pressure on Gustav to deliver. He's really the only hero that can make plays. Sven's gone for the cleave build as per usual. He'll just be farming. Sniper's not going to go around and set up kills. It's all on S4 to make things happen. And meanwhile, Newbee have tons of playmakers. 3 of them converging now. Yeah, no, that freaking hammer all over that little ugly dwarf's head. He down for the count. Track maybe next, but they have to wrap. They all tank that Illuminate. Gonna be dragged back in. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange. 2 cores hitting the deck. The debut of the Blink. Very successful by S4. That was exactly what the doctor ordered for OG.
Yeah, good. Just no one wanted to take the kill on Sniper, and he kind of wasted his ultimate. They could have just right-clicked. Any hero could have right-clicked on Soul, but Prim was backing off because I think they realized this is a bad spot to be in. And speaking of spot, Unai's in pretty deep, but the lift won't be followed up. There's no lasso, it's on cooldown still, but Fly's positioning, just seeing in the Illuminate, it's got really low, and Newbee just got greedy looking for the kill. They should have taken the one back, but because they'd hit the X, they wanted to stick around and try more, and they get punished for it.
So at Triple C, saving up quite a bit of gold here with the Gloves of Haste. We're just seeing a Midas OD.
I don't... Yeah, I guess so. Not normally what you'd see on this hero, but...
Yeah, he's definitely in any hurry to get the power treads, that's for sure.
Yeah, gonna be a Midas. I've seen any Midas OD is out, but nothing here that benefits a lot from attack speed, benefits from having less and get tanky and just scaling for the late game, so why not? Last game he played OD, he struggled to maintain his farm after the laning stage, so I guess he's looking at him like, maybe a Midas will help me out.
They're gonna move in on the top lane, they get that amp damage, set some easy X towards boat combination, and the tail go, because blast. It's 4, trying to turn this out, finds the lasso, past Kaka. KP managed to amp. Kaka looks treated flame break a bit off the mark. Kaka pushed away from the tower instead of back towards it. Now they want to chase us for that. Crush is going to do a heck of a lot of damage. Ana also get picked off in the lane, so it ends up being a 2-for-0. Durex maybe third man Crush though stolen, and he's going to try to turn this one around, but the counter Crush comes out, so it's 4. He's like 2. KP unable to find him, and I think we'll try.
Typical enemy Rubik plays your hero better than you do. No, KP, his first missed crash of the game. But yeah. As for winning the last set, his backup was pretty far behind. When he gets the initial lasso off, there's no follow-up, and he couldn't kill off Kaka. And it's be very strong in the early game. I mean, very soon. That's where this game's very difficult for OG.
Oh, no fail. Hey, buddy, there's the weave, the boat again. This Ben is not having fun in top lane. He will fall once more to the wrath of Newbee. They continue to pile up the kills. I mean, OD could solo kill for wall. You committed 3 heroes to gank their other carry, and the only other core is a bat. Like, what are you worried about? You're shutting down both heroes that farm cuts.
Have you not bottom? There's no lasso. The apple is here. If you go to him, maybe you can try. He wouldn't TP because he thinks there's a lasso, but U9 doesn't get caught out. Lasso coming out very soon, though. The scam will see him. He backs off the S4. He's fishing.
And it's pretty risky to go this far. He's just completed the armlet, but they are going to find him. S4 not bothering to use that lasso. In the end, he will choose to commit it, even with getting recalled in to secure the kill. And Jerks with the stolen slithering crush. Might not have needed the lasso, but they did not want to mess around.
And both carries kind of making the same mistake. Oh, speaking of carries, another one in the mid lane, Snipe.
Alright, Sniper is not feeling like a hero right now, but he does have a little bit of help, perhaps enough to turn it. No, OD but to lead him. It is an Owen Sniper who has just been booed all game long for Newbee.
As far as carries, you have to be so careful about staying in your safe lane when there's heroes missing on the map, because it's such a common play to pressure and take that offlane tier 1 tower early, and that's what we saw. No-Tail dies once top, and he TP's back to die second. It's like the worst thing that can happen as a carry player. Similarly, this things were getting risky in his lane. He kind of knew it. That's why he backed off to the jungle, but he didn't back off far enough, and he still gets caught out there and just gets a bit overconfident. And when you're a carrier alone in your safe lane and you don't see 3 heroes on the map, you've got to get out. You've got to go way back to your ancients or go to the offlane with your team. You can't be
look who's dead again. It's Mr. Ho-Ho, haha, but he ain't laughing out. Although the crush actually from the Derek, a bit greedier, but the boat is there. Kaka lays OG out. A beautiful takedown as they hunt now for No-Tail, trying to get vision on him up the hill, but wasn't able to amp before he retreated successfully. So, well, gods, I gotta say, I mean, yeah, the sniper hasn't worked out, but you could see why OG banned that Kanka in game 2, because it has just been immaculate from Kaka this game. And I mean, sniper is extra easy to gank.
Kaka's one of these players, like, his individual skill, like, he looks like one of the best, amazing supports out there, and then you take into consideration he's also the captain, drafter, and leader of this team. This guy has to be, like, one of the best all-around players in China for that reason. He's
like, if you were if you're like doing a fantasy draft, he's got to be on your short list of players you want to pick up to start a new franchise with. KP,
great X play. KP's just he scouts that out, and then he gets pulled back in with the X. I mean,
they
just plays like that. I didn't see whether they smoked or not, but
it's so laggy, I can't even tell. But I don't think so, because that's worth the holding one.
They're going Roche. They don't care. They see KP. He's amped up. They saw KP just throw an amp on Roche, but what can you do if you're OG? Perhaps you can think you can contest it. Sandy's Eclipse is on cooldown. Ghost Shift is back up, though, and that makes contesting this very difficult. Honor has no items. There's, like, very little he can do here.
S4, time for a miracle?
Too late.
Nope. No such luck.
I see another X
blink initiation. Very cute stuff here. Can they follow it up? No, it looks like they will be able to retreat.
Not sure what that was on.
I feel like I'm turning into a Dota detective here, you know? Like, I don't actually see the crime, but I get the evidence afterwards, and then I try to piece together what happened in the fight.
Oh. No-Tail will farm his ancient stack, so that'll help him out some as far as progress his farm, but he's really a couple items away from being ready to fight into Newbee, and that's the Echo Saber and the Blink. You really need both before you become a big threat. And, well, same thing. Slider, Lifestealer, this is the combo. This is the combo that will kill absolutely anyone very quickly, and No difference there with poor little Sniper. Sniper,
Sniper is
his items.
He's closing in on a very Brazilian score here, gods. Currently sitting at 0-7. This is like the typical sniper in a pub kind of thing, where it's like the guy just keeps on dying, but it's more Newbee just doing a good job of catching him out of this particular case, as they will finally get punished. A nice smoke rotation will net a solitary kill on the on the Slardar, but they still want to counterplay this. SCCC moving into position is going to find S4. The follow-up torrent comes through, and now U9 gets to work. His own, oh no, not again. Take that, you wanker! And down he goes. Jarek's trying to run the hell away. That was part of our buyback to try and re-engage.
It's a good sprint. Yeah, nice. Jarek's with sprint, steal his Astral. He's getting some useful spells.
Team is heavy though for Jarek.
Oh,
that
S4
is for damn sure. They're still gonna find S4 here, and they're gonna kill him off as well. Gods, this is not looking good. And oh, that ward does not see much.
No, Jarek's. Taka made a cool play there on Bat because he throws the X and he's going to use X torrent, but he knows the Bat might blink, so he intentionally lets the torrent miss just so S4 blinks too early, and the X is him back after the blink is on cooldown. So this cool little individual plays coming out there as OG just getting run over right now. This is going really poorly.
Is there a comeback for this lineup? Like, do you see them winning late game? Is there like a timing they can try and fight for?
Sniper high ground defense always very hard to push into, very annoying, very scary. Sven with the Blink Dagger Echo Saber I think is the timing where they got to smoke up and try to take some fights, use his strength, and goes back to what we said at the start where whoever's getting the initiation comes in with a slight advantage. So if you can get the initiation, get the kill at the start of a fight, kill off the Slardar, suddenly that fight gets a lot more feasible. KP actually had to buy back to make that last fight work for Newbee. Slardar is very important to Newbee as far as dishing out damage, the amp for the vision, for the bonus damage, and also just locking heroes in place.
Yeah, there's one deep Dire Ward here off in their own jungle, trying to keep an eye on Newbee's movements, and Newbee are in fact moving right into that woods as KP is packing a little extra heat here as a Lifestealer tucked inside. Look for that Infest Bomb initiation, but OG have correctly identified this movement, and they have dodged away to the south. So Echo Saber now online, still no blink though. As you mentioned, is one of the other key ingredients, and it's going to be a while until he gets it.
Yeah, and it's hard to, even when you have, talking about initiating, if Newbee are fast to react, they've got both Astral as well as Grave, so they've got two good saves on their side. They've got the Ghost Shift to block some damage, is really good defensive tools on Newbee's side. Oh, that
scan! What a great time to use it for OG. It scouts on KP, and still Jarek's going to end up going down here, tries to TP out. A great scan, but a slow TP reaction. He will end up falling, and now they look for a bit more. The rest of the OG squad retreating. Hotel gonna TP out. They scramble back home, and they'll get a little farming time now for Ana, but it's a tough game.
He almost got caught mid as well. He barely TP'd out and didn't get hit by a torrent, so very, very tough here. As Slardar Lifestealer, they're ready to go. They've got another Infest if they want to, but it looks like Lifestealer's gonna just focus on some alone time. He's gonna farm away at bottom. So actually, knowing that the rest of his team can fight pretty well without him.
Ana might get gone on here. He does get lassoed, pulled back into the bottom lane. No token to God Strength. Can they kill him before he's able to infest? He does make it in the creep.
He's in. Now the TPs can come.
He's gonna be out of there as KP has arrived. Wants to turn this one around. Pops right out. Crush goes in, and they're just gonna retreat away. Yeah, he'll be fine.
That's the kind of pick-off attempts you have to go for, but now you're going to get punished. You didn't get the kill, and retreating very difficult.
And the amp into X is such a potent combo if they can find it. It's very difficult to run away from this initiation. As the Crush comes through, instead of getting Gandalf, they're going to go for Mr. Sven, and they'll likely bring him down here. The Astral will finish him off once he comes back out of it. About to drop the OD. He too will fall. Jarek's on the run. Oh nah. Throws out that Assassinate, can't even kill a Slardar at a quarter of his HP because, well, he's a feeding sniper.
KP, 100 HP, he's going in.
He's going deep, he goes for the 2-hero crush, extremely low health, but it's for the horror. Newbee looking for a bit more here, they'll lose their Slardar. Can they get fly? They bring down Ana again, he just keeps on racking up the deaths. 0-9, the sniper experiment has become an abysmal failure thus far.
Yeah. Absolutely, this sniper is just melting time and time again. Jarek's is making some sick Rubik plays, getting some good Astrals off of, but it's just not proven to be enough as
he's almost
hunting for another pick though. That's got Lester, and
trying to look for that initiation. Popping the Firefly, he goes in and is on to U9. Can they help him out at all? The X comes through, trying to keep the Rubik back, it looks like. As he has now stolen the Astral Imprisonment. U9 moving forward. Jarek's trying to make a bit more of a play here, but the boat comes through from the trees. It connects on Nota, almost hitting fly in the process. Can they bring down SCCC? Oh, he moves. He still has the blink. He actually blinks forward, dodging away that Stormhammer, and also getting into the fray. Now using the Hurricane Pike to try and finish that Sven from distance. No-Tail stands his ground, will eventually pop. Despite the Ash vanishes, he too will fall. And now an Assassinate, Illuminate. Good enough to finish him off as KD again on the high. He's back for round number 20, it feels like. Looking for Jarek's next with the amp damage. It sets up an X. The chase continues. KP marching in, slithering forward slowly but surely. They just want to kill off Jarek and they'll get the Finn 2. Rubik down. Despite the plays he's tried to make, he is still 1-6, and now they look for more. U9 massacring that pathetic sniper and giving him a total of 10 deaths for the game. He's almost half. He's averaging a death every 2 minutes, and the killing frenzy continues. Newbee just won't back down. They won't leave OG territory. 4 dead at once.
Oh, how does this OD just never dies? He gets graved, he astral dodges stuff, he blink dodges stuff. He played that, like, honestly, like, that's the kind of fight, like, you want to see some, like, 9k MMR plays, go watch what SCC does that entire fight. He dodges all these spells. He's fighting on 100 HP. He blink forwards to dodge the Storm Bolt on Sven. Then he Hurricane Pikes him, so he's attacking Sven while in a safe position after blinking into melee range, and then just stays alive somehow on 50 HP the entire time. That was
how many OGs would be at like half health and blink into the middle of the enemy team and then live as a result by dodging a Stormhammer? That was a filthy play.
KP's doing the same thing. He's on like 50 HP for like most of the fight, and he's just blinking in forward aggressive. I'm just like watching Newbee played around each other, and like I'm like, how are they playing aggressive? I feel like 99 teams out of 100 would be backing off given their health and position there, but nope, they just kept going.
Alright, well, I'm on the sniper cam now, gods. It's gotten to that point where his net worth is about to plunge below the Dazzles if the deaths keep on coming. He is only currently surpassing his own Rubik, who has been far more impactful with less than 3,000 net worth.
He's 0-10.
You are a pathetic creature, Mr. Dwarfman.
Yeah. You know,
and nobody misses you, except for me.
It does feel like pub games mode. You have that 0-10 sniper, and all you can do is on the scoreboard and click report. Even though it's not even like his fault. You know, it's like he picked sniper. Why would you pick sniper? You haven't actually played awfully. It's just the hero just doesn't work for some games, and this proven to be one of those games.
You know, I think someone in chat was like, "Ooh, support sniper" at some point during the draft, and
the
then,
new support PA.
Well, he is a support sniper at this point, but maybe not for the reason that they intended him to be one, unfortunately. So they were surprisingly present.
They just
go
using
again
the
for the
to scout the smokes.
It's so clever, but not going to find an opening this time.
Not even initiating. They just revealed the smoke there. OG have 5-man to try and make a play. They're like, hey, they're all missing. I'm pretty sure they're smoked. And KP's, they don't even pop out the life stealer. They just pop the smoke, and now they're going to find a kill. Unfortunately, Bly very quick to the 4-star. Nice play from him, but it's not the kind of play that's going to turn this game around.
You can pop the smoke, run away. He actually went for a crush, didn't hit it, but if they do hit the crush, they just start the fight. So it's just like a complete like insurance policy to do whatever the hell you want to be. The power of the kill when you're playing from ahead.
Smoke again, but Roche is dropping really fast, and KP
already
again.
Looking for that initiation. KP with the jump forward. The X is there to bring him back to safety if need be, and need will be, as instead they go for Kaka. They're so damn tired of Mr. Pirate Man, but Ona just pathetic with his efforts to bring him down. Will pay. Eat the rum, they say, as they charge forward. The crush is there. On to 2. Again, it's KP over the top, and then they start to converge on the little dwarf. SCCC being held in position for the time being, but Lifestealer pops right back out, and they will bring him down. The Wanker falls once more. No tail. Unable to finish anyone off here. The Grave, the Kiting, Newbee are just rolling right through OG, and still Kaka alive. The armlet toggles continue. Another X setup. Again, the amp damage enabling everything this Kunkka brings to the table. 3 more fall. And you can just about write OG off at this point, guys. They are almost certainly headed down to the lower bracket.
Man, this Newbee team is fun to watch this game. Like, after maybe a more slow-paced Alchemist game where it's like, okay, they're Alchemisting people, suddenly playing this aggressive with such low HP constantly, the way they're using the X, like, this is like a Kunkka clinic from Kaka. Like, yeah, Lanham did some cool stuff with the Kunkka armlet build where he really innovated the hero, but we're seeing like a whole different way to use the Kunkka to its full potential. Using the X to scout out multiple smoke ganks, play aggressive, and then pull back, bait OG to use spells. It's been really solid stuff from Newbee.
And OG knew the potential this had. That's why they banned it in game 2. But this time around, they do choose to let it through, and they are paying dearly for it.
I mean, Kaka's just making this hero look like the most OP thing ever right now.
Yeah, free fountain trips, free smoke clears, free initiation that can't really be counterplayed, aside from just
everyone's back to full
not
HP now. Yeah. Faith almost has a Lotus Orb. Holy cow.
He's almost as farmed as the sniper, and well, they're about to get a little more gold. S4, he dared to leave the base. And that dare will be met with a swift retaliation from Newbee as they kill him off again. I just don't see how they get back in the game, to be honest.
I mean, you can joke about the sniper ho ho ha ha high ground defense, but that's not going to win you the game. Not with this level of farm.
They just can't protect him. They have no force staff. Well, actually, they do have one on S4 now, but and actually one on fly as well. But even with the force staff, like he still just gets X right back in, or they just chase him down anyway with sprint. With the open wounds, with the Hurricane Pike of the OD, like he can't be protected. There's no disruption, there's no grave. They don't have any insurance policy to keep him alive, and he's just not really a hero. It feels like.
Keep on chipping and pushing what they can here at the bottom lane. This is so difficult. Batrider's got to just make a play at some point to go in.
Yeah, and then who do you go on? Like, that hero in front is going to be X to bring them back. So you got to find someone from behind, but you've got the OD to interrupt your initiation. It's a tough call.
It's such a reliable way to push, and that's something where you're completely taking Batrider out of the picture with this.
And thanks to the Dazzle, they have consistent sustain for this. They again X29, he rages, and then they make their move in. The Hurricane Pike's there. Jarek's going to be Bravo, and Jarek's. Well, that actually hit him, but. Just showed the animation now, so hold it.
Pretty intel, I guess, for OG. But
yeah, why not? It's already up again. Fancy footwork here from SCCC as Tail has resorted to just farming the enemy ancients. He's on a little holiday, but unfortunately the base can't relocate quite so easily.
He's telling his team, like, just give me some time, I'll finish a BKB. But he's not even going to get it. He may just sell some items to try to get a Blink Dagger instead, but looks like they will get some breathing room. Slider's back to the mid lane. Actually, no, he's not going to defend the mid lane. It looks like he's going to... He was probably the one told to, hey, go hunt that Sven. If you can catch the Sven with the stun, we'll TP in and get a kill. But they're back to pushing. They want to force OG to defend their base. None of this shenanigans where Sven is out on the map farming lanes. That can't happen.
Newbee again, just taking advantage. X into rage and hitting buildings, and see you later, guys.
Yeah. That was in the jungle, used Firefly, so 15 seconds before they raid defend. It looks like without a creep wave, at that 15 seconds. Keeper of the Light, of course. Perhaps the harder one to push into than the sniper at this point. With no items, just not scary at all.
Newbee will creep up again. We'll just see that same rinse-repeat formula, and it's like you said, it really is going to be up to the Batrider to turn things around, but unfortunately for him, it's SCCC starting the fight. He turns in with the Lotus Orb. He can play very aggressively. This does open up an lasso opportunity on KP, but it comes at the cost of SCCC just driving them all back to the base. In fact, he jumps into the well. He says, come at me, bro. He will self-Estral now and zone them all away while they focus objectives. And I see an X here of some kind. I think that might have just dragged No-Tail back, but SCCC, perhaps a bridge too far. Will he even die to this? No, they're all going to join the party. Oh, gee, some uninvited guests arriving at their residence. And now, with the Hurricane Pike S4 also going to hit the deck as he gets pulled back in. And again, what do you know? It's the freaking X marks the spot. What a bullshit spell. Something Newbee are just taking full advantage of here, as they will find another kill. But in all seriousness, this has just been a clinic put on by Newbee, guys.
Oh, yeah. And this is like the kind of great game to see to punish as the sniper pick where you just go full out aggression, because it didn't really feel like Newbee had that. Like game 1, they lost because they were just playing very defensive. They didn't have enough aggression. Game 2 they won with it just because of 5th pick Alchemist, and again it was a defensive style play. So you see this sniper pick and you're thinking, ooh, Newbee's slow defensive style with these heroes isn't going to work, but they go for something completely different. Lifestealer Slider combo, the aggressive play coming out from Kaka's Kunkka. This was a very different Newbee in Game 3 and exactly what they needed to do, given the draft of OG.
OD has a Hex. 18, almost 19k net worth. He is doubling a Sven. When's the last time you saw an OD doubling a Sven's net worth? That is...
Kunkka, 4k gold, 10k net worth. Like, what's happening?
Kunkka is ahead of the Sven, actually, as well. That is absurd. Time to get your
he's-
time to get your data list.
I think probably the item could consider something like a blink, but
We also
yeah, get
saw
some
the other crit stick. God, I always forget the name.
the Echo Saber, you mean, or you mean the silence one, the
The
Bloodthorn?
silence one, yeah, Bloodthorn. Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times as well.
Okay, just buy something. You've won this game. Buy something
Dagon.
fun. You get some
Yeah.
crit. There we go.
We got a Crystallis.
It's a Crystallis.
And a
You could
ward.
upgrade to the Bloodthorn, you know? That
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
a Bloodthorn.
Oh, I mean, he can upgrade to whatever he wants. He can just drop all his items and he'll still have a similar impact, to be honest, with the X.
But you get the double Crystallis. That's the pub build where you just mass Crystallises because Demon Edges are too expensive. So you just get 2 or 3 Crystallis.
So meanwhile, the neutrals are making plays for OG, as
Yep.
they did kill off the raiding crew, I
Oh.
believe.
Lifesteal's having some fun. He's in an ancient.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I just realized these things exist.
Let me quickly buy a Radiance with all my money, you know?
Yeah.
Jerex, I don't know if that's a place you want to be, my friend.
Do you take it personally when they kill the golems like that, Gods? Like, does it hurt you?
It's a little piece of me dies inside. It's yeah. It's tough.
It's like if your older brother is just getting bullied on
I'm just glad, you know, we get to be represented in Dota, you know? Like, that golem got to die and contribute to the Newbee victory here. He played his part.
unite. Going on to no. Foul diving continues. He speed. Oh, just get a last of the face. Bashful. Away. Oh, you get Dex back in. Yeah, where do you think you're going, Suzak? Get back in there! Be on that! And
They're in your
GG
family.
is-
That's what you time to GG. They just team wiped you in your family. Time to call, boys. I know G dropped out of the low bracket. Very good best of 3 comeback. You lose game 1 against very dominant OG performance, the Honor Morphling, but they couldn't find a way to really make Honor shine in game 2 and game 3. Game 2, the Drow strat, I think game 2 is the game that OG have to look back on and be like, we just went a bit too all in with the way we drafted around the Drow, not picking up like a team fight type hero for S4, picking the Puck meant you had really weak lanes, picking the Phoenix as well as a bit of a weak laning hero. I think game 2 is one where they're like, we should have gone with a more standard Drow lineup that other like